corrupt
and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
My name is Monet. I'm at Hamburg Dreams. I am in recovery.
My name is Chantal. I'm a 41-year-old woman, mother of 4 daughters, and I've been in recovery for 2 years.
My name is Clayton. I'm by Hamburg Dreams. I'm a recovering drug addict.
My name is Florence. I'm in recovery. I'm now 11 years in recovery. I work at Walking Bus City Initiative Program, and I'm also the aftercare facility at Hamburg Dreams.
My name is Valentino. I'm 32 years old. I've used man drugs, or I started man drugs at the age of 15. And this is my second program that I've been joining.
I have 6 children, and one night I was highly drugged, and one of my twins asked for water, and I went to my 6-year-old daughter, and I woke her up, and I said to her, she must go get water for the little one. And she took too long to me. For me, she took too long. And I got up and I started beating her. I grabbed the sambok and I hit her with the sambok, and I nearly killed her. And I kept her a few days at home because eventually I had to send her to school, and she didn't come back home then. The social worker came to my house with her, with the police, and they arrested me.
My drug addiction got so bad that it took over my life completely. Completely didn't look after myself, my wife, my 2 kids that I have. So for that 6 months that I was married, I didn't care of their feelings, but all I want is my next fix. So it got so bad that they filed a divorce against me. I couldn't see my kids for a period of time. I lost my job with good money.
I started stealing my mother's money, jewelry, where I basically stand at the shops, begging for money. I was on that point where I actually robbed younger children, minors, where I had no remorse to what I was doing. I just done it because I had to get my next fix. And I didn't care what was going to happen. And the consequences that I would be suffering. So I just had to think of my next fix.
I was almost killed twice because of my drug addiction, where drugs was concerned.
I found myself at Kalbrema Hospital, and what I misused was crystal meth, and I injected myself with it. So I found myself at a very low point when I was running down the corridors of Kalbrema Hospital, naked. And yeah, when people had to show me on a video the footage, because I wouldn't believe it, because my psychosis was so bad that they had to show me on a video recording that, yeah, and having my daughter, my eldest daughter, come and say to me, you could have died. I think you would have been better off, was a very low point for me.
I had nowhere to go, and I sold my house, all my furniture for a house, 3,500 rand. I moved in with my mom and got kicked out there. We slept in a dog kennel, and we had nothing. No one cared about it. All the friends I had, when the money was up, all disappeared, and we were dirty and hungry, and no one cared about us. And I think that was, for me, thinking back, looking back, that was my lowest point, where no one cared about us. My family took my children, but they didn't want to eat.
My father passed on. I relapsed. There's a lot of thought going into it, but at the same time, that guilt is there, but you don't actually feel the guilt. You're not remorseful to the things you do. It's just your next fix. The day my lowest of low, my new lowest of low, is when I saw my mother cried. That was 3 months ago. and told me, is this the way you're gonna live? And seeing the pictures of my two boys there, knowing they are boys, they think everything of me. I'm how they call the Bruce Banner, and they are Hulk. And so I thought to myself, do I want my kids to live this life? If I can't live a life for them, then they can't live a life for me.
I would cry myself to sleep being hungry, but at the end of the day, I still had to have my fix. And then I realized that I can't keep on living like this. And the night that I actually had to change my mind is the night that I almost got choked to death because of a Mandrax tablet. And that changed everything. And the mere fact that my girls normally was together, I've got 4 girls, they normally all together, but when they got split because of my drug addiction and the way I was living, I couldn't handle that. So I had to make that choice, to make that change so that I can at least get myself back. And that is where I'm getting at now.
At first, when I came into recovery, it wasn't for me. I came because the court said I must come. But as I stayed in recovery, I decided that I wanted to be sober. I wanted this new life.
I phoned in for morning. I phoned for 2 weeks straight for help, and finally came through on a Friday, and I came. And since then, I couldn't be any happier. I can see my kids. I phoned them. That's just the lowest of. I lost everything, but yet I gain everything now.
When I came in, I was highly intoxicated. I remember it was a Wednesday, the 28th of July, 2011. And I came in and I said, do you have help for me? Because I can't help myself anymore and I need to change. And that was the last day that I used drugs.
When somebody comes into and makes that decision to do rehabilitation or treatment, the first thing we need to get them through is that detox period, and which for most, especially in the case of heroin or unga, those kind of detoxes that we need to do is a bit difficult because it's actual physical cravings for the drug, or the body actually craves for it.
2020, 28th of June, I arrived at Hangberg Dreams. I've been there ever since. I left there last year. I finished. Eventually, I'm like on my own. For the first time in my life, I'm 41 years old, and for the first time in my life, I can actually say that I've bought a place of my own, which I own. And it's been a tough battle, but because emotions come in, I try learn to love myself. I learn a whole new version of myself. It's like a whole new of me. So it was, like Florence said, it wasn't an easy road, but it was worth it at the end of the day.
When somebody reaches that decision, and getting them through that detox period is actually a difficult period, or the most difficult period for most clients that come into treatment, when they need to detox from the drug or get off the drug.
Like if you're in recovery home and you go home for weekends and that, you would pass the merchants, you would pass the people that you used to smoke with. It's like just there. But the actual thing is the choice it's still your choice, like it's still my choice if I choose to allow it to affect me. Because remember, I made the choice to go into recovery and stop my drug addiction. And so am I willing to lose everything that I worked hard for? Am I willing to put everything that I have, like pain, at risk because I want to not go feel just one more hit, just one this, just one that.
Around every corner here where I live, Houtway, there is a dealer. So it's temptation is always going to be there. Every time, every day, every month, every year. It's going to be there. It's what we do about it.
The people that I last smoked with, they were sitting in this bungalow and they were sitting with a pipe. And when I came back, like 8-9 months after that, I saw them sitting in the same position, in the same bungalow that I left with 9 months ago. So nothing has changed. So that's not the type of life that I want to live. It's not something that I want to experience. And I mean, what's more important now in my life is my girls. It's like that is important. It's like going forward, because what I have now is I didn't have it before. It's way much better.
We understand that in addiction, that getting off the drug is the easy part, but staying off it is where the work comes in. And I think my colleagues and my Chantal, them, they can all relate to that, that staying off it is where the work comes in.
For me, this is a lifetime journey I'm working on now. So to throw all this down the drain, all this hard work, everything down the drain that I personally, the facilitator here helps you with it. So for me to take that in and just throw it away, that education, it's, for me, it's not working well. It's not beneficial for me. So at this point, this stage in my life, I feel I have to do this for myself so I can be better, a greater father to my kids.
June the 11th was my birthday, and for me, it was amazing. My second eldest daughter wrote me a letter where she said, I'm still her role model. The way I kick the drug habit and come back and be a mother to her, I'm her role model. And I don't want to lose that. I want to stay my daughter's role model.
If you honest with yourself and put structure in your life and people that support you, that understand you, that willing to help you, for me, it plays a bigger role. Yes, they say asking for help, it's not to be ashamed of. But if you're willing to help yourself and let other people help you, for me, that's a change already.
What I've gained now of being in recovery is I'm not prepared to lose that. Like, if I go home, I walk past the friends that I used to smoke with. I see the merch, and it's like everything reminds me of my active addiction. Everything that I do reminds me of my active addiction. But then I look at my kids and I think to myself, am I willing to lose what I have now to go back into active addiction again? Because it's not even worth it.
I don't see a point for me going back because it's my new life. My mother's happy with me. My son is happy with me. I'm happy with myself because if I had a choice 10 years ago, if I knew what I knew now 10 years ago, I wouldn't be sitting here. But I'm not regretting what I did because otherwise I wouldn't be here today, getting the knowledge I have now. I'm back in football after 14 years. It's nice. But the fact is maintaining my recovery for the rest of my life. It's just not I'm doing recovery. I must maintain it for myself first and my kids numbers second and foremost. If I can maintain that, then I know I will go further in my recovery.
At the end of the day, it's your choice. So it's a choice to make at the end of the day, whether or not you will decide to fall into that trap again. But it's very easy to do. So I think we as recovering addicts know that we are always an arm's length away from a possible relapse, and not sitting in the faintability that to think that we are above approach where a possible relapse could occur is something that is very important for me to identify today, that I must always remember where I come from.
My dream is to live a life of sobriety and be the greatest father that my kids want me to be.
My dream is to build my own house one day.
My dream is to be the best possible father for my children.
My dream is to be the best mother I can possibly be for my children and to teach my children what alcohol and drugs does to people.
Z, you should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.